let me go through, let me go through the resort presentation. So here in Park Hyatt Maldives, we actually say that luxury is personal. So this is one of our pillars that we actually follow, that we wanted to make sure that the level of expectations here in the resort is in actually luxury level. And how do you actually manage to reach luxury level is when you are able to personalize things for your clients. And I believe that this is one of the advantage of having a smaller kind of a resort. We're only 51 villas, and because of that we are able to accommodate a lot of personalized requests from time to time, being part of a luxury property. So in Park Hyatt, why do you actually choose the property? So one of the major reasons that our clients and our guests would come to Park Hyatt Maldives is because we have a 360 house reef ecosystem, and one of the best ones here in the Maldives, actually. We are surrounded by 42 amazing world-class dive sites within the 45-minute distance. And we are also having a very nice quality of sands. So if you have visited the Maldives in the past, there's a huge difference with the kind of sands that you would see in those properties closer to Male and the ones that you would be able to see here in the resort. So here we have the kind of sand that we call a powder type. So it's really soft, and it's white sand, clearly a white sand as well. And it would literally sink. Your feet would literally sink once you step into the sands. Another thing is that our owners are very much of the drivers of the environmental preservation and sustainability here in the Maldives. So it's a huge deal for them to make sure that everything that we do for the property is within, like trying to promote more of the Green Globe. We are actually Green Globe certified, by the way. And we have a very interesting location here in the resort because our resort is not so far away from the Equator, which is one of our highlighted trips here in the resort. Another one is that we have a very award-winning design of a 3-bedroom overwater villa called Kiaali Residence. It's featuring an 895 square meter size of a villa with 3 bedrooms. It has its own swimming pool as well, about 18-meter long, and it has its own gym and everything. I can show you some pictures later on in the next slides. And to finish it off, we are actually we are promoting more of what I call so. We have some specialty kind of restaurants. Number one is a treehouse, and we also have the koi restaurant. And I will go through more of the details later on in the next slides. In terms of distance and arrival experience, we are located about 60 minutes by domestic flight plus a speedboat transfer that's approximately 400 kilometers away from Male. And we are located down right here. And sorry, you're able to see. Okay, just right here. So for us, we don't have a seaplane transfer option. We do have some higher kind of clientele who prefer the seaplane option, and that is still possible only if it's going to be a charter flight. In terms of island experience, so just to summarize a little bit of what we have here in the island. So we have really a very good and mature flora and fauna encircling the entire island. We have 51 different kinds of villas, including overwater villas and then the beach villa categories. We have 4 restaurants and a bar. We do have a dive and activity center. We also do have our very own spa with a spa pool as well separately, apart from our main pool, with 5 couple treatment rooms. One of which is actually an Ayurvedic room wherein they could do some Ayurvedic healing treatments. So as I mentioned, there is also another spa pool in there. So in total, we have 2 public pool. One is an infinity pool and in our main restaurant, and the other one is located at the spa area. We also do have a boutique here. So if in case that the guests would like to get some of their items, personal items as well. Anything that is necessary for a beach as well is available in the boutique store. We have some underwater scooters, and our recent added feature is our ocean lab. So beach villa categories, all of our beach villa categories is very easy to understand because it has exactly the same layout all throughout. It will be just different in sizes and additional features, like for example, pool and without pool. In this specific category called the beach villa, this is our entry category. We have 10 units of which is 165 square meters in a king bed setup. So our normal occupancy for this one, of course, for all one bedroom is 2 packs. That's our occupancy, and the maximum will be 2 adults and 2 children. So for the 2 adults and 2 children, what we can actually do is that we can set up an extra rollaway bed. And we also have this sofa bed that you could see right in front that we can convert as well as a bed for kids, I would say under 8 years old. Otherwise, if it's more than 8 years old, I would highly recommend that we actually use a rollaway bed. And for all our beach villas, we actually do have a private outdoor bath and shower. And we always allocate 2 sunbeds for each of the one bedroom villa category. So this is how the layout looks like. This right here behind is the outdoor shower and bathtub. So this is completely outdoor, and this is your indoor shower and bathroom with the his and her sink. And of course, it's right here, it's facing directly on the ocean. So you have an ocean view. Beach pool villa is exactly the same as our beach villa, except that it has a swimming pool right outside. So the square footage of this one is 180 compared to the 165. So you get an extra 15 square meters when it comes to your pool. All the rest of the settings, the setup is the same. Maximum occupancy as well is 2 plus 2, 2 adults and 2 children. Again, we can also set up an extra rollaway bed, or they can actually use the sofa bed. And it looks exactly similar to the beach villa as you saw earlier, except for the additional pool outside. If in case anyone has a question, please don't hesitate to just let me know, because at this moment, I'm not able to see the screen if there's anyone who's typing any kinds of questions. We have the Deluxe Beach Pool Villa. And for the Deluxe Beach Pool Villa, we have 4 units available. And this is sized at 265 square meters. So actually, it's still exactly similar to how our beach villa looks like, our beach pool villa, because the interiors have not changed, including the size. The only difference is that this entire deck right outside here is sized up at 100 square meters. So if you remember the beach villa category, the size was 165, and this one is 265. It's because we have extended the deck right here. You have a nice seating area on the corner, and then you have a bigger size swimming pool outside. Same layout. You have the outdoor shower. You have your the his and hers sink with the indoor bathroom and shower area. Of course, the bedroom and the pool area. 2-bedroom beach pool villas, we have 3 units of this, and it also looks exactly similar to the 1-bedroom category. The only difference is that it has the second room next to the main room. So let me show you quickly here in the layout. So here on this layout, you can see that there is a second bedroom right here on the left side, and all the rest is exactly similar as to the Deluxe Beach Pool Villa. And in our 2-bedroom beach pool villa, you're actually having 2 single beds as an extra bed in the second room. So in 1 bedroom, you got a maximum occupancy of 2 plus 2. And for 2-bedroom, you have a maximum occupancy of 4 plus 2. For any kind of promotion that we may have, like for example, an inclusion of transfers, we base on the base occupancy. Meaning, if it's a one bedroom setup, then it means you get to have your two transfers included. And if it's a two-bedroom category, then you get four transfers included, since this is already a four minimum occupancy. And then for the residents, you get to have six. Overwater villas, we have seven units of this one, 7 units without a pool and 7 units with pool. Exactly same design and layout, interiors and all, except for the pool outside. So for the overwater villa, it's sized at 115 square meters. And again, the maximum occupancy is 2+2. And one of the best features of having an overwater villa is you get your direct access to the house reef. It's not showing in here, but okay, so here in the layout you can see that there is a stairs that goes down on this corner. This is actually your access to the house reef. For the units that doesn't have a pool, this is how the layout looks like. You have some kind of a sunbed right here, and you have a plant box in this corner. And if it's with a pool, this area right here is where you can locate the plunge pool for this villa category. So this is the Overwater Sunset Pool Villa. So you can see, as I mentioned to you, in this same corner, this is where you can actually locate our plunge pool. And here we are with the Kiaali Residence. So Kiaali Residence is 895 square meters, consists of 3 bedrooms. One of the bedroom is actually on a double bed setup. So it has 2 queen beds, and the other 2 rooms has 1 king bed. In terms of maximum occupancy, maximum is around 6+2, but usually we try to be a bit more flexible onto this one, depending on how comfortable the family is when it comes to the number of people in every room. So if we have, let's say, maybe additional 2 more kids, we can easily accommodate them, because in first bedroom we can easily fit in 2 adults, second bedroom we can fit another 2 adults, and in the third bedroom with 2 queen beds, you can easily fit in 4 people in there, 2 and 2 in each of the beds. So one of the features of Kiaali Residence is that it has a really nice fully equipped and modern kitchenette. So it has a kitchenette complete set in there, including all the utensils that you are going to need when you're cooking. For actually, it's not for the guests to cook, but we do have the option to bring in a chef there to cook privately for the family. We have a nice dining setup in here wherein can easily accommodate 8 people, even up to 10 if required. And it's actually quite spacious. This area right here, as you can see in the picture, it is actually a rendering, but I can reassure you that the pictures here are exactly as how it looks like. If you want, I can share with you as well a separate photos and videos of the residence to have a better view of the entire area of the villa category. So another feature of the residence is it has a outdoor oceanfront sunken dining table. So it's actually best for a barbecue setup. We have a 24-hour butler service for them. There will be one person that will be entitled as a butler for them 24 hours. They have their own state-of-the-art gym as well inside the villa, and it has the pool and of course the direct access to the reef. So this one right here on top is the picture of the living room. And this one is the sunken barbecue table. This is actually kind of a fun way area seating that you can use if you wanted to have a small gathering with the family, with the friends. We have also used the area to hold a small event for a smaller group. And this is actually a nice place to just hang out. It's kind of windy. You have a nice view in here because there's nothing to block your view. You will be able to see the island. Not really the island, I would say it has nice ocean view on this one without even a single island to be seen right in front of you. So all of our villa amenities here are actually the same for all categories. We are using 100% cotton bathrobes. We have our hand-woven beach bag available so that you don't have to even bring your own beach bag. So if you want to just grab some of the essentials when going to the beach, it is a nice way to actually use it. We have a biodegradable jute slippers. We have as well 100% cotton bed linen, and we have the orthopedic kind of mattress and the hypoallergenic pillows. So we actually do have 7 types of pillows, and all of these are available in the resort complimentary. So if they have some specific type of pillow, like a memory foam pillow, they wanted the bolster type of pillows, so we have them available. We have the synthetic feather. We also have the cotton type. So whenever the guest would request, there is actually a request menu in the room available, and they can get it for complimentary. And the product that we're using in here for our toiletries is a Lelabu Bergamot. So now coming to the dining options, we have the dining room, which is our main restaurant. We've got Koi, which is a Japanese restaurant, Chef Garden Treehouse, the bar, and Island Grill. This is okay. So for the meal plan options that we have, the current contracted rates that we're offering is actually only included with bed and breakfast. So we have the next meal plan available, which is the half board plus, which is the breakfast and dinner with the inclusion of certain soft beverages. So for breakfast, we already include some of the coffee, tea, some juices, and we also have a cocktail bar every breakfast, which is already included for everyone. So if anyone would like to make their own cocktail, it's available in the corner and they can make their own. And for dinner, we do have a la carte options, and some of the days we also have some buffet option too. And in the dining room, you can get to have 3 courses for dinner for the half board meal plan. And if it's on certain days, I think twice in a week, there is an option for buffet. If you are on half board plus and you would like to dine for lunch, you are already entitled for 30% discount. That's applicable for any other meals that is not part of your meal plan, your lunch, your in-villa dining. It's all discountable with 30%, including the private dining as well. For the full board plus plan, you've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For lunch option, the only difference is that you get to have a 2-course meal for your lunch and 3 course for dinner. And then all except for one restaurant called Island Grill. So in Island Grill, we only offer 2-course dinner plus a side dish. When you are already dining on your full board plan and you would like to order some things that is not part of your meal plan, you get to have as well 30% discount, same as your half board meal plan. All inclusive, actually, we do have a very good offering for all inclusive because apart from the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it also includes in villa dining. It includes mini bar that is replenished every day, once every day, and also includes the floating breakfast. And the only thing is that for any kind of in-villa dining or floating breakfast, there is a tray charge of $50. But otherwise, everything is included. And if you would like to dine in other restaurants that is not part of the meal plan, you are entitled for 50% discount. For example, you wanted to have a private dinner, some barbecue dinner that is not yet included in your package, then yes, you can get 50%. If you are on all-inclusive meal plan and you are staying for a minimum of 4 nights, you also get to have one weekly barbecue beach dinner. All right. For dining room restaurant, this is our main restaurant. It serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have international and local dishes available in the dining room. Island Grill is more onto a grilling kind of restaurant. It focuses more onto the steaks, meat grills, and seafoods. And every Tuesdays and Saturdays at the moment, dates may change, but right now, every Tuesdays and Saturdays, we are having a specialty dinner wherein we got seafood barbecue nights and cuisine of the region, which is typically like a Maldivian night as well. So the bar is one of our outlet, which mostly, of course, serves beverages. However, we also offer some short eats in here. We've got some burgers, fries, something easy, something that is very comforting is available here from lunch and dinner time. So the bar is actually open from morning until late night. So they just stay there until late because we kind of like joke about it that they are open until the last person leaves. So whenever the guests are enjoying a couple of drinks in there, we try to keep bar as open for as long as possible. For the dining options, we have it until 7 p.m. So if they wanted to have some light dinner as well in the bar is also available with the same type of food, comfort food like fries, sandwiches, and burgers. Koi is our overwater restaurant that serves Japanese cuisine. And we do have sushis and sashimis available in here. At the moment, we do have a limited number of hot foods available in Koi due to the setup of the restaurant. However, we're trying to expand a bit more of the services and also the seating capacity, which probably will take up in a couple of months. But at the moment, we do have a very nice sake options available as well, including the menus that we have. So we have, apart from the sushis and sashimis, we have a very interesting dishes that is some sort of a fusion as well of a Japanese cuisine with other kind of specialties. Chef's Garden Treehouse is one of our featured outlet because we are showcasing here a garden to table kind of a meal. So it's a vegetarian option or a vegan, if you may, if you would prefer. So we actually have our vegetables in our own garden being taken care of. We have a group of people who actually looks after the garden and make sure that we have the freshest ingredients to be used and served in the treehouse. We are offering about 6 to 8 course menu available. But for people who are not really so much into vegetarian, there's also an option for them to add a couple of meat like beef, chicken, and lamb. It's also possible to actually add them on and also seafood. So this kind of setup is a bit more like I would say like a destination dining setup because there's a very limited seating capacity in this place. We would say about 4 to 6 people. And if one person has already booked the restaurant, then we don't book it for other people anymore. So the location is about 5 meters above from the floor, which gives you a very nice view, most especially during the sunset time. For in-villa dining, so as I mentioned earlier, as part of our in-villa dining, we also have the floating breakfast available, and that is all included if you're an all-inclusive. Otherwise, if you are dining under half-board or full-board meal plan option, you will still get to enjoy with 30% discount. So we have a lot of options for private dining experiences. We have setups that we use like the ones in the picture right now is a beach setup, a private dinner by the beach. We also do kind of like a picnic on our private island. So if they wanted to have a private picnic on the island, it's also available in the resort for them to book. We have the rooftop. We have an area here at our dining room restaurant wherein it's kind of like a rooftop dining, and we also have another location called the Donny. The Donny is a location, a special location. I don't have a picture right now with me that I could show you, but this is like an upside down boat. So if you're familiar with the term Donny, this is how the locals would actually call the boat here in the Maldives, and it kind of looks like Noah's Ark, and then it was flipped upside down, and that becomes an area of activities. And at night, we sort of like convert it into a private destination dining area, if in case we require the location for a more private and a different and more unique kind of experience. We also have a nice location by the spa, because it has a nice garden in it with some flowers. So that can also be converted into an area for a private dining if requested by the guest. So basically, our private dining can be located anywhere as per the guest preferences. Now coming to the Vidhun Spa, we have 5 treatment rooms, and one of them is actually an Ayurvedic room. So each of the spa room is actually an entire villa. They have as well a bathtub jacuzzi right outside the spa treatment room. They have a nice waiting area in there. And as you can see in the picture, they have some time to actually enjoy and relax with their tea. And this one right here on the top picture is the photo of the Ayurvedic treatment room. So we do have this treatment available currently in the resort, and we have some different kinds of packages that we can actually promote even as well for your guests if they would rather go for a much more natural kind of a treatment session that the guests would like to experience here at the resort. Blue Journey is what the name is for our dive and activity center. So we do offer a lot of activities, and mostly is of course marine, what do you call this? Marine excursions. For example, we do a lot of turtle quests around here. We do have a lucky dolphin as well. So we actually don't have motorized activities. And the reason behind is because we're trying our best to make sure that we don't damage or we don't do anything that would damage our reef here. Because one of the best selling point of the resort is because we are having a very healthy reef. And without that, we are not going to have anything to showcase. So that's why it's very much important for us that rather than having all those motorized activities like jet skis and few more of those activities, right? We have removed them in our list to make sure that all of these are being protected. And just to let you know, actually, when the resort was built, it was built in the least possible way of any kind of carbon footprint. So because we wanted to make sure that we don't do any kind of damages to the reef around the reef that is surrounding the entire resort. These are actually actual footages of the marine life just within a few steps from the beach villas. So it is really as amazing as it is, and we are promoting it more by developing more of the excursions. We have actually marine biologists in the island who conducts a lot of talks about the island, talks about the marine life, about the reefs that we have around here, and they are the ones who's guiding the guests as well whenever they are going for a guided snorkeling. So as I mentioned earlier, we have in this atoll about 42 dive sites that are really much amazing, all including as well including this very popular formula wherein you can dive with the tiger sharks. So we have a very nice locations for different types of location. We even have a place here that is called um, Tila Nemo. Tila Nemo. Tila means like it's a small island in local language, and Nemo is the clownfish. So we have those areas right here wherein they can actually see lots of them living in the area. So these are a couple of the most popular diving sites here and near the resort. and the Equator experience. So this is one of the most amazing experience that a guest would be able to do here in the resort, because not all properties will be able to actually do this since they are not located close to the equator. So what we do is that we bring the guests all the way to the equator, where in the latitude and longitude it becomes 00000. And the moment that we bring in the guests in there, we actually pop out a champagne. They can actually go for a swim. They can jump into the water if they feel like swimming in there. We do fishing, we do a snorkeling, we do a private island picnic as well. On the way back, we sort of try to see some dolphins around. And that entire package is packed into one activity, which we call the Equator Experience. So in terms of sustainability and commitment, we actually do have a lot of participations that we are doing in terms of sustainability. One of which, of course, number one, we try to create the resort at the least possible carbon print. And we also have already installed a lot of our solar panels, which is already comprising about 30% of our electricity. So it means we're saving 30% of our fuel consumption here in the island. And we are also not using any kind of plastics as well. Those one-time use plastic, we don't use them anymore. So we have our own bottling plant. We don't use plastic bottles and so on. And even our toiletries are all in a container, so that we don't have to keep throwing a lot of plastic materials around here. So for as much as possible, we try to make sure that everything that we do in the resort is pertaining to our commitment to sustainability. So we've got some awards that we have had, but I think this needs to get updated. I can send you over a copy as well, because we also received one more award sometime last year for the spa. So I think this needs to get updated. But is there any question that you guys may have for me, so that we can address them?
I don't think we've got any questions.
Amazing.
But that was such a good presentation. Thank you so much, Angelica. Thank
you so much.
I mean, it looks incredible. It looks amazing. And thank you so much for your time today.
Very much welcome. Our resort is something that I would always say that a place that is not really for everyone. Because what I really notice is that over the course of years, the kind of people who visits the Maldives has changed. And what I'm trying to tell people most of the time is, if you want to go back to the time wherein you can really experience how Maldives is, the natural way of experiencing Maldives, Park Hyatt will be one of the best property that can actually showcase this to you. You've got the perfect turquoise blue waters. You've got an amazing house reef. You got the powdery, soft, white sands, and you have the exclusivity of being away from the main city. And I think that is something that everyone should be able to experience, because after a while of living in the city, that's what you wanted. That's why you come to the Maldives. And this is something that I try to explain, because sometimes it's more difficult for one person to choose out of over 200 resorts now here in the Maldives. And they are all as amazing. But every single one of us will always have a unique selling point, or our best selling point. And fortunately for Park Hyatt, we do have the most amazing selling points that many of the resorts actually slowly are losing. And having the 360, having a nice villa, having a nice food, amazing what do you call this one, amenities and so on, this is something that any villa can actually be able to produce. But having an amazing house reef, having this amazing beach sands is not something that anyone can just, hey, tomorrow I want to have this, I want to build it right here. They couldn't do that. All other things we can actually do provided, right? So that's why I always try to make sure that we are remembered in this way. And I'm just happy to actually share this with you. Many of our clients as well, whenever they're having some agents or clients who's asking, hey, our clients would like to have a place wherein they can enjoy a nice reef, a nice beach area. And we are one of those that most of our clients are remembered because of that. So that I can guarantee everyone that, everyone will be satisfied the moment that they come into the resort because of this.
Oh, Angelica, that's so brilliant. Thank you so much. And thank you
Always.
everyone for joining today. We have webinars every single Wednesday, so make sure you keep an eye on our socials and our newsletters for the next one. But yeah, and Angelica, thank you so much for your time and sharing
Of course.
Park Hyatt Maldives with us. It's been yeah, a really nice treat for the morning. And thank you so much for joining, everyone.
Thank you as well for joining in. And if you guys have any question, please don't hesitate to ask, and we can show you a couple of some pictures or videos as well to showcase the resort if you require that for your social medias or even for marketing.
Oh, Angelica, we do actually have a question.
Sure, please.
Can you please advise on the last renovations for the Star Villa categories?
Sorry, can you repeat it again? Your line is coming off, on and off. Your audio, okay.
Sorry, can you please advise on the last renovations for the Star Villa?
Renovation. So the last renovation happened right after COVID. That was, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2021, and that is for our Kiaali Residence. However, the maintenance of the villas are actually very well maintained and well kept. We have villas, our villas here are aging around, I would say around 12 to 14 years now. But looking at it, it's actually looking classically nice and not extremely modern, but we have updated it over the years. Nothing major renovation was done on the existing villas, but the main renovation that we have done is actually on the residence.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Very much welcome.
Yeah, I think that's all the questions now. Glad we could squeeze in that last minute one. But yeah, thank you so much, Angelica, and enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
Bye.